Texans and the Minnesota Vikings.
It is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season, winners of 8 of their last 10. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Now K.J. Osborne. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 24 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. He could be a bold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Cousins now. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 3rd and 1, they opt to pass it, and the one thing happened that could not happen. They took a sack.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that an indictment of their offensive line? Did they think that they couldn't move them enough to pick up a first down there? Or was it analytics? Did they think about it that way? In any event, they'll be studying that in the future.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. The All-Pro Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now we see quarterback Drew Brees and his New Orleans offense set to go on attack here for the first time.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Play of the drive there is incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now, the Vikings and Saints, you might recall, they battled in the wild card round a season ago, and it was the guys in purple who came in and pulled off the upset, with Kirk Cousins finding Kyle Rudolph in the end zone in overtime to sew up a 26-20 win. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Jared Cook, his Pro Bowl tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that's caught by Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
1st and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. He's got Burton here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 11 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
His pass caught at the 4. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. That catch good for only a couple. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Vikings 2-yard line.
Breeze now throw. Breeze wants the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Recovered by Minnesota.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
He's able to force his way through 1 man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called for him, May, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Off of play action, he'll look to throw.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Breeze. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Shotgun now for Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cole. And it takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this 1st half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
40-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a ball.
You don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And out of bounds right around the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
7 brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Got him in. He finds Sanders.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Breeze. This will be caught at about the 5. Breeze. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Breeze now on 3rd and goal. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Armstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver.
And that'll bring up second down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
A 28-yard
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins.
He will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Cousins now to throw on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson
with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Well, throw to the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze.
We'll get this one underneath to Camaro.
Vikings pick up the football, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
To throw, Cousins. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And now it's third down.
It's third down and 10.
Now Cousins.
And that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on fourth down. Open man is Thielen is complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
Complete.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just one touchdown apiece. 7-7 is our score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Here's Harris to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try to create some offense.
They'll always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From midfield, here's Breeze. He completes a Cook. Gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
And this will be incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion for us there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker Will Lutz for the field goal attempt.
It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Vikings 7.
And they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20.
Let's get
Touchdown,
that 20,
Vikings. B.C. Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the 3rd quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, you know, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
And that makes it 14-10.
Kick is good.
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it. A dangerous return man showing it here.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Breeze going to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Breeze now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith.
Breeze.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Breeze to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. That's complete, right around the 8.
And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll run it with Kamara. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Stopped short of the goal line. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Here we go with Kamara. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Kamara on 4th and goal, unable to get in. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line.
Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
They run again on 1st down. Cook.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Brought down at the 35.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
He's brought down at the
Demario Davis there on the stop. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 9.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, Didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to the ground. Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. This is Johnson. He's got it. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Cousins. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it.
And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
Successful start to the drive. 7. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Anthony Harris. This defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel
that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. Now a run with Cook.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They get the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Cook, the ball carrier.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Vikings, their hopes of a 500 season stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.